All right. What's going on, gang? Shout out to everybody in the chat. This is going long, right? Extra innings here. Bottom of the 10th. But I figured we'll do it. We'll go on with it now until it ends. So, but let me give a quick shout out to everybody. Yeah, Jimmy Mathers, yeah, 7-7 in the bottom of the 10th. NFE, Murderous Row, Sean Browning, Mike Rotunda, the whole crew, Mike Consigliere, Joel. Let's see who's pitching in the bottom of the 10th, by the way. My man Mazza, for Train. What else do we have here? NFE, Murderous Row, Stephen B. Yes, Mike Rotunda. Hey, Rivera Peanut, what's good? All right, Albert Abreu was on the mound here. So, Albert Abreu. And who else do we have here? Just a quick shout out to everybody. Appreciate everybody coming on right now. Be sure to hit that like button if you don't mind. Those of you that are in there. We are running a little late in this extra innings, man. Merc so saucy. What's good, Merc? What is good? Yes, indeed. Jonathan's in the house. Would I move homes if the price depends on what the return? Depends on what the return is, Jonathan. Depends on what the return is. Good. Yeah, he was the ghost runner. And that wasn't really Hicks's doing, guys and gals. He was in kind of a no man situation there. But yeah, hope he moved them over, which is good. I mean, bunt would have been interesting too, but I mean, if had he bunted to third, he wouldn't have moved to third. So that's the. Well, I guess it depends. Had he bunted to the pitcher, I should say the pitcher could have got him the lead runner. But bottom line is they didn't score anyway. So unfortunately, we got to shut the Rays down here. We got to shut them down. Who else do we have in here? If I'm missing anybody, my apologies. Yes, indeed. Well, we are in. Looks like everyone's pretty much here. So far. All right, we got a runner on set, the ghost runner here, so we have to be very. Ed Materas in the house was good. Cole had for 5 innings, and then he just, fell apart. Come on, Bader. Get that lead runner, good. Kept the runner at second, good. Yeah, Cole, doing pretty well. Texas Buckeyes here, my friend. How are you? Billy Branch is in the house. It is tough. I mean, we were in Jace Pierre. What's up? We've already gone through King. We've gone through Holmes. We've gone through some other. We've gone through Wandy. So Wandy, Hayden's in the house. Brett Anderson. I'm doing pretty well. Pellegrino. How you doing there? I mean, you got to look and see what kind of trade value you have for Torres. You got to look and see what kind of trade value. It's going to be interesting as we get closer to the deadline. We'll get an idea of what the market's going to bear. It's too early right now to decide or to know what's available, who's available from the teams, who's interested, needs, and all that stuff. So as we get closer, I would do, we'll get a better idea. And we'll go over trade deadline, stuff like that. Anthony, man, appreciate that, Duke. Appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you. Yeah. Base hit, game over. Unless they throw him out. Walk off, game over. Tampa Bay wins. Yeah, take the series 2-1. Let's get you in here. That's it. Game over. Walk off opposite field. Oopsie daisies. Oops. Walk off opposite field hit off of Albert Abreu in the bottom of the 10th. That's what the ghost runner does. So Tampa Bay took the series in a series that I thought the Yankees were going to take, but they did take the series versus the Guardians. Take that as a plus. Tampa Bay, I'm not surprised here. Tampa Bay took the series 2-1. Now they got another. They got 4 games next week against Tampa in Yankee Stadium. They got 3 against Oakland. So I think starting tomorrow. So this is reversible. So we'll see. And you got pitch got past Rabin. Yeah. The ghost runner has done the Yankees wrong more than it's done the Yankees right. I'll tell you that. Damn. Dev, what's happening? I know, gang. Hello, Andre. How are you? The shitty loss. I mean, the worst time for Cole to have his worst inning ever. And they tied at 6-6 at that point. And then, some bad plays in the bottom of the 6th caused that 7th run to happen. What are you going to do? The rate, I mean, just, when everything goes right for a team like the man, this is the type of stuff that happens. Like when everything's going right for the Yankees, that type of stuff happens too. So it's just same thing applies for a lot of other teams too. Boston Red Sox lost today to the Phillies, so I'll take that. But yeah, I mean, the Yankees made this a series, Mike. So, like a lot of people thought the Yankees were going to get swept and blown out. They didn't. Every single game, I think, was it a one-run game? Every single one. So it's things to be encouraged about. Yeah, I mean opportunities that just weren't taken advantage of. And same thing goes for Rays, but again, at the end of the day, they got the key hit when it mattered the most. So you know, I it goes for another thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see me in full four today, but it is what it is. Well, Hicks had one of the better games today, Mike, right, for this team. So, but yeah, unfortunately, roster construction. This it's not really a boon problem here. Cold inhabit. You've had it all year except for today. It's not really a boon. I mean, you can blame Boone if you want, but it doesn't make any sense. They just lost to the Rays. So a walk off hit with the ghost runner on. So you can blame Boone if you want, though. I don't see the logic in it. But Colorado spanked the Mets 13-6. Good, good. Okay, well, Peanut. That's a great way to make yourself feel better. Cobra Kai is kind of nice. So kind of fun. I'm waiting for the next season. Yeah, Beta was a double away from the cycle. And we got guys coming back. I mean, it's just yeah, exactly, Mike. I mean, you could we're missing Judge, we're missing Stanton, we're missing uh two starters, we're missing freaking a reliever. So we're missing a lot of key players. Once we get them back, they will play better. It's just going to take a little. It's got to be a little, you're not being harsh, but I don't know how you blame Boone for this, Michael. But go ahead. Cole shit the bed. Cole takes this one. He coughed up a 6-0 lead, put them in a game. So, you know, they're missing E Frost too, Jonathan. That's right. This is a prime example of hold the players accountable. But yeah, Mazel Tov to you too, Yudo. So forgive me for not saying that. Severino will be back. Yeah, he's supposed to make a start in the minors, and then he's supposed to be up so proper in a week. It sounds like. So yeah, exactly. Cole didn't have it today. He picked the worst day to have his worst game. Hopefully he'll rebound next time. So Oswaldo did a little bit better today, Texas. That's right. That is right. Um, yeah, exactly, Billy. I mean, the Yankees. I mean, again, I think I got to go back and look. I think every game this series was a one-run game against the Tampa Bay Rays. So I'll take that. Well, yeah, I kind of agree with that, Mike. But again, and again, I keep hearing it from content creators and people on Twitter and like the Fireboom. None of them come up with any constructive ideas or solutions. And I'm getting told, well, it's not. We're not in the business of providing solutions. Well, you're just okay. You're in the business of bashing, and you don't bring any value. So, but that's them. I don't see the point of the Fireboom constantly. It's ridiculous. They want to fire him, they'll fire him. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Yeah, Cole was dominant all year. And he just didn't have it today, man. I mean, hopefully he'll have it next game. Hopefully he'll rebound, and it is what it is. But this is the best team in baseball we faced. So, and we gave them a series. We gave them a series. So again, I'm just looking for some silver lining here, like some other folks are. So, Cole's the ace. So you know he gave up. He had a bad day today. It is his first bad day of the season. So you know, no, I don't know any Mike that are available. Yeah, rest in peace, Vita Blue. Passed away today. Rodon, don't expect him back anytime soon. Just think of July possibly. I have no idea how to, Anthony. Honestly, I would not have no idea what type of MLB umps would be appropriate for a soccer match. I have no idea. I mean, Joe West and Angel Hernandez might make for a crazy game, so why not? Yeah, we are paying more hurt players than we are healthy players, which is crazy. But you know, well, I mean, it's this way, Billy, and I mean, you know, you're right. You're absolutely right. When the team is winning, it's the players. But when they're losing, it's because the manager and the GM sucks. It's just, and I hear it from content creators, and I think they infiltrate a lot of people's. And I'm not saying it's people here, but I think the baloney that certain content creators pull out and push out on a regular basis with the constant bashing, well, then any concrete ideas to counteract it has permeated some opinions. But I mean, it is what it is. Well, they had other people to give contracts to, I suppose, Judo, but he also makes these people filthy rich, which is I'm guessing. I'm not saying I agree with their business model because I don't, but I would imagine that's part of it. He makes these people filthy rich. So this yes, I mean I don't know, James. I mean could have gotten cold there, but at the end of the day, you want to stay with your ace for as long as possible, and try to save the bullpen as much as you can. Just didn't work today. So it's an 8-7 loss today. 8-7 extra innings loss, unfortunately. So yeah, Cole got a no decision, but Joel, that's right. Oh, he's a big game pitcher. I mean, he pitched, but he shut down the Guardians. He shut down some big teams already. He's lights out in the playoffs last season. So yeah, including against these teams. So yeah, he's a big game pitcher. I wouldn't discount him as that just yet. Yeah, I think Montez. I would agree, Sunil. I think Montez is done. Yeah, Rizzo Beta, Rizzo DJ. Yeah, Sean. I think they're the hot ones. I mean, if Judge is healthy, it would be smart to bring him up, but I wouldn't rush the guy. I hope he's healthy enough to come back here and not have a setback. I really do. But again, I don't expect Judge to be the savior of everything. He's never been that one, and I wouldn't expect him to be that one. So he'll be helping for the lineup, but he's not going to turn the entire team's fortunes around. So I would be careful. 'Cause I think the expectation on certain folks would be, I would temper them, but that's just me. I'm not saying you should, but I would. But yeah, Colt might have been one inning too long. Yeah, you know. Well, didn't want to give Volpe. They had to give Volpe, Peraza, and Dominguez for Castillo, and then I think it was Austin Wells, all four of them. So, but it wasn't only Volpe. I mean, they also, didn't trade Volpe because they didn't sign any of those $300 million shortstops either. So I think it's a part of that too, Ron Nine. But yeah, I mean, they stuck with Volpe. We wouldn't have any of these guys that they're talking about now if Castillo was here. But then it's a trade off. So, if you got Castillo, you hope it would work for long term. So, thankfully we've got Ian Hamilton. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, him and a couple of these other guys. So, I mean, you just do, Johnny. It happens on occasion. Just like you lose the sixth, or you lose that same lead with Scherzer on the mound, Verlander on the mound. It happens with the best of them. It just happens. Doesn't happen often, but it happens. Right? It sucks when it does happen. There's no doubt about that, Johnny. No doubt about it. Judge eligible. Yeah, I think he's eligible on the Tuesday, right? I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, Sean, I would be DHing him for a bit. I wouldn't put him in the outfield until he can prove he can be healthy, 100%. So, yeah, it's just, I mean, yeah, well, exactly, too. Trade bait, breaking into like your spirit on the reason we love the young player. Well, I wouldn't trade Volpe. No way. I wouldn't trade Peraza either. I wouldn't do it. So I'm with you there, Texas Buckeye. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't trade those guys. Yeah, Wood Lepar, yeah. Nice that you play. I can see what a hurricane. How can every team be afraid to play them? Yeah, well, you know when teams are afraid to play. When the Yankees are firing on cylinders, teams are afraid to play 'em, just like teams are afraid to play Tampa right now because they're firing on all cylinders. So, and like Pirates, I think the Pirates will slow down at some point, but Tampa Bay Rays right now the best team in baseball, in my opinion, and it's really hard to dispute that. I mean, it really does. Volpe's a baller. Yep, yep, no doubt about it, Michael. No doubt about it, he's a baller. Yeah, he did go flat in the sixth inning, Mark. Yep. The fire Boone thing is just okay, Mark. You gonna replace him with? That's the other question mark. Who are you gonna replace him with? Fritz, yeah, pitching has saved their asses multiple times. You know, they needed the bats to bail them out today, and they didn't do it. So Michael Cole is healthy; he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. Cole, longest manager in Yankee history to not win a World Series, 5 years. Okay, he's also didn't inherit the core four, didn't get the biggest free agent class ever either. He didn't get those things either. So if he inherited what Joe Girardi inherited in 2009, he might have a World Series already. Can't guarantee it, but two different situations. Mhm. And if Joe Girardi didn't inherit all that stuff, I don't know if he would have won one because he never won one after that in another 8 years. So, you know, so this is the other thing. So, well, Billy, yeah, it's just, yeah, and we need the Knicks to win, man. Yeah, this is true too. You win some, you lose some, get some rain down, unless, of course, you're. Yeah, this is true. A retractable roof, you never get rained out. It's a good point. 2017 World Series contender. How do you know they were World Series contender in 2017? Burned it into the ground? How did he do that? Well, exactly. Exactly. Own it. We lost it when we were up 6-0. Just own it. I don't know what firing Boone has to do with that. Why can't we hold players accountable? Own it. This day, yeah, in 2009, the Yankees were 2 games under 1,500. Excuse me, under 500. Not a game over. So took them to the brink. A lot of times, he also won. Yeah, he won one World Series in like 10 years. So you know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of pointless to compare the managers too. It's just not fair. I mean, he had a historically talented team in 2009. So Boone has never had a team that good. Yankees teams Boone managed were on autopilot, but playoffs he freaking sucks, man. No chips. You know, he's also the only coach to take the Yankees to the playoffs in his first 5 years as manager. Did you know that, Yuto? So he doesn't have a championship right now. Neither does Buck. Showalter. You know? This team is not as good as the 2019, Anthony. That's right. We got a couple leaders. It's definitely not as deep, that's for sure. Pavano was a joke. Yeah. Who would have thought he would have turned into that? Udall. Who would have thought? Jimmy Cordell's actually been pretty good, Dominic. Call George up and get him to see. Okay. Give him the benefit of the doubt until tonight. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Oswaldo Cabrera. He's been a little suspect defensively lately. That's for sure. Yes, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think so too, Seth. But not a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people's reactions is fireball. Something that the players did. I hate what you're saying, Mike Rotundo. I hate what you're saying, dude. It's kind of crazy. Dominguez is like hitting 150 in Double A. He's nowhere near being called. He's not even ready for call up for Triple A yet, Aiden. So I don't disagree with that. I mean, I think sending down. I mean, Oswaldo had a good game today, but I think he still needs to work on some things. So, and sending him down to Triple A would be for a little bit would be a good idea, and see what you can get with Chaparro. Chaparro might be able to give him some pop here. So, but if Cabrera starts to come around, then it starts to come around. You know, it's it's Yankees got a lot of offensive issues right now, a lot of injuries too. So, hmm yeah, homework nah, ain't gonna happen, Anthony. They won't be like 2009. Can't be. Florian, I wouldn't call him Florian. I think he's a bust. So, yeah, the problem here, Colin Athlar, is that people tend to just blame Boone and Cashman for everything, even when players don't do their jobs. And it's kind of I find it comical. I find it comical. And when I debate like these other people who are on the channels, it's not our job to. It's just your job to bash them all the time and not give any value at all. I don't understand that. It just doesn't make any sense. It's kind of sad, you know. But people thrive on conflict and negativity if they want to do that, and that's fine. But I don't see any value in it. But that's just me. So, but yeah, you're right. You blame the GM when it's appropriate. You blame the manager when it's appropriate. But you got to blame the players when it's appropriate too. Period. Period. Yeah, Austin Wells is looking better. So is Ben Rortvedt. Brett, yeah, they're coming out for you. Spencer Jones, I would watch out for too, Stephen. Yep. I appreciate that, Right Stuff NYC. Thank you, sir. Man, thank you. Bader's been fantastic since he's back. Yeah, I saw the Rangers parted with their head coach. Yeah. Who's the best candidate for the Yankees coach, Udall? Who's the best candidate? Yeah, it is one game too, Terry. Exactly. I mean, putting everything on Boone is just it's kind of it's pointless. Billy, you know that. Like it's just it's like it's the convenient reaction for so many. It's just kind of comical. Judge is well, he's eligible to come back Tuesday, Rob. Off come off the IL. We'll see. I mean, they had one of the biggest free agent classes ever, Stephen. Yeah, they had a lot. They had. I mean, that was one of the deepest rosters ever for the Yankees. Yeah, Alan Halda. Sunil got jokes, but I like it. Yeah, I know a lot of folks want the DFAing Hicks, man. I mean, it's up to Hal to decide whether he wants to eat the money. That's all Hal. It's not that one's not Cashman. Hal's got to decide to eat that money. So yeah, I mean, I would agree with that first. Yeah, they're not ready for the Astros yet. No, no Cabrera's just not. He looks a little overwhelmed, Mark. He's not. I wouldn't just send him down just for today, having a good day. He's been overwhelmed for like the whole season so far. So I would work on some things, bring up a Dunham, but if he stays up here and plays well, then I have no problem. No problem. Yeah. I think it was just. I mean, that was a psych. That was a shit like that. I mean, it was a tough one to take. Really tough one to take. So yeah, defensively, the Yankees made some mistakes. I mean, I would have probably taken him out after the fifth as well, NFE. But you know, yeah. But again, you want to go with your ace whenever you can. It just didn't work today. I'm not saying you, Mark, but there's way too many people who just do nothing but blame Boone and Cashman. Nothing. That's it. They spend so much time bashing the two of them, saying how bad they are on Twitter, on YouTube, and like these. It's comical. Comical. You know. Yeah, Stanton's missing way too many games, Ron. You're not wrong there, man. Way too many games. Tampa's making good draft choices. And we talked about this yesterday, right? They're making good draft choices. They draft a hell of a lot of pitchers, international offensive players. So it's they manage their bullpen well, even though somebody got hurt today, but it was like a freak injury. But they have a well-run team, Brent. You're absolutely right there, 100%. By the way, anybody hit that like button, if you don't mind, hit that like button. We greatly appreciate it. We definitely need to hit Mike low-scoring games and high-scoring games. So yeah, you can't find that one exactly. It's just not possible. So can't find an owner. And I can't send Boone down. There's no minor leagues for managers. Judge back will be healthy, but he's not going to save the whole team, Dave. Just remember that. He's not going to save the whole team. So players are responsible. Sorry. That includes Cole today. I love Garrett Cole, but he's responsible for what happened in the fifth and sixth inning. Uh, no, I don't. Girardi's doing the commentating now and all that stuff. And again, I mean, Girardi also wore his welcome out in New York. So, and I don't think Madden either. He couldn't even hack it in L.A. Stephen B. I doubt he'll do it in New York. So, but you never know. You never know. And Judgment Beta would be nice, but that's still not enough. But it would be nice. If you DFA Hicks, you got to eat everything, 100%. Like that's the only way you don't eat 100% is if you trade him and the team takes some of the money. If you DFA or release, it's 100% eating. That's why it's got to be a Hal decision. He's got to decide on that. Cashman has nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. So who didn't like Randolph? Randolph's good. Mattingly's good, but Mattingly would bring a different dynamic. I do think Mattingly at some point will be back with the Yankees. I do. I do. So, yeah, I mean, Cabrera has to work on some things, right? Brett, I mean, he's got to work on some offensive mechanic stuff. So, I don't think so. Not today, Anthony. I mean, they just fell apart. I don't think umpiring would have done much. No. If you DH, yeah, judge, you keep your super. You can Texas. That's a good point. That's a good point. A lot of people don't think the Yankees can win opponents. So, I mean, and I understand why a lot of people feel that way. Joel, thank you so much. Appreciate the donor, man. Appreciate you, Joel. My consigliere. Yeah, I would have probably taken him out too, but it's happened now. Again, I understand people are saying. I also understand, these guys wanted to stay with their ace. So he was, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, yeah, it was crazy because like he was throwing hard and crisp, but he just he wasn't locating as much as he was before, and so that's when it was been time to get out of it. But you know, what can you do now? That's on Cole. And it's partly on Boone too. So they win and lose as a team, Derek. That's right, man. Stan's got 100% no trade clause around zone. Honestly don't know how much you can get for him. To be honest with you, there's no denying that he's got to get a little bit better. Mark, that's no denying that, but it's pointless for people to just blame Boone and Cashman every single day. There's people that do it, content creators, people onto the channel. I don't find any of them credible. They don't bring any value. None. No, it's my opinion. They could probably feel the same way about me. I don't care. But like, how do you just blame these two conveniently and just let the players off the hook all the time? It's my question. You know what I mean? How do you do it? Joel, you're the man. Again, thank you. So, Boone can get better at stuff, no doubt, no doubt. So can Buck Showalter. You know, but Tampa's got good backups. They got it's well run. They do a lot for what they do over there. He's gotten multiple legitimate chances, Dave. That's the problem. And every time he comes up here, he doesn't hit. He's got like 4 or 5 chances over the last 5 years, maybe even more than that. And every time he doesn't hit, and that's the problem, Dave. That's the problem. Well, actually, a lot of big, yeah, exactly. Most of the big guns are on the IL, so it's just, and then there's so many people that just expect Cashman to just pull miracles all the time and assume that everybody who's just, they can do whatever they want. It's New York. That's not the way that works. Not everybody wants to come here. Not everybody wants to be traded here. So these are realities that some of these folks don't want to acknowledge. And then they accuse you of not being a real fan when you don't agree with them. Get out of here with that. Get out of here. Trash. You don't get to define who the real fans are. Real fans ride or die with their team. That's my opinion. It's only an opinion. But still. Well, this is true too, Jake. Yeah, I think a lot of us feel we got to tread water. Hope guys on the aisle come back, and they got to get better. We need Judge to get better. We need Stanton to get better. We need Severino to get better, and hopefully Rodon to get better. Like that's tough. It's tough. Yeah, exactly. You can't trade Stanton unless he waives his no trade clause. If he accepts the trade to the Dodgers, you got to consider it. I would do something similar. I wanted Volpe at second and Peraza at short. But if either one of those works, you do it. You DH. Torres, and at the same time, I think he's the most valuable trade piece here as well. So I think he's the most valuable trade piece. So don't be surprised if he gets moved at the deadline. Exactly, Ron. We're missing 40% of our starting rotation. Well, Beltran, I don't think he'll be now because he was one of the masterminds of that Astros cheating operation, and he was outed as that. So that's one reason why he's not going to be the manager for. That's why one reason he's fired as the manager for the Mets after one day because that became public. So I don't think he'll manage the Yankees now because of that. Unfortunately, Dave. Going to work on an Instagram channel or YouTube and work on what, Anthony? What do you mean, bud? Yeah, we exactly right. We definitely want to win. You don't. We may not agree all the time, but Mazel Tov, buddy. Mazel Tov. I hope they win the series against the A's too, and sweep would be freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you know, uh, right now it's a pretty decent 1 through 5. We need more depth. We need more bats, though. Dave, we need more bats, dude. Honestly. Well, exactly. And if we had Judge and Stanton, I don't know how much different it would be. So, expecting them to be saviors is it's hard. It's hard to do. Yeah, I mean, I could see King or Jimmy Cordero or one. I think they might be rotating. If I'm them, I'm going hard after Josh Hader at the trade deadline. He's gonna be a free agent. I'm going hard after Bader at the trade deadline. Dude is shut down in the ninth inning. Yep, yep, and he's proven that multiple times, right? Florian, I can't prove it. He can't make it in the show. For it's unfortunate, but it's true. So, and I exactly when Stanton's playing, aside from his, when he comes back from injury, he sucks for a couple weeks, and then he goes on fire because his on fire is more impressive than anybody else's on fire. You just need it to happen more often. You need to stay healthy. And I agree that the Yankees will turn it around, and I understand everybody's frustrated and angry. It's totally justified. Totally justified. Uh, Sixers by 9, good for them. Beat the Celtics. Tied this freaking series up. Yeah, I mean it's across the board, Dominic. It's across the board. Call out poor play and poor coaching and managing. For some reason, so many other channels don't call out the poor play. It's just fire Boone, fire Cashman every single day. Whatever. Yeah. Benintendi didn't want to come back. He didn't want to come back. He wanted to be in a smaller market. So can't blame Cashman for that. You know, it doesn't look like he may get moved in Chicago anyway. Chicago might tear it down at the deadline. You never know. But he didn't want to be part of the New York market. And you can't really. I mean, you can't force people to come here. So he tried. He offered him a contract, but Chicago got him. They brought him over there. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm sorry. Does Randolph want to manage? No idea. Francona, I don't even know if isn't he the who's he manage? Doesn't he manage the Guardians? Is he manage the Guardians or is he not there anymore? Yeah, rest in peace, Fire the Blue. Like making Instagram or TikTok. Well, Instagram, I have it's called Diehard Yankee Fan 447. So maybe I should do a little bit more baseball stuff on there. Mark, thank you so much. Don't be sorry for blowing off steam, man. Don't be sorry for blowing off steam. All of you, don't be sorry for your opinions. So, and just because you may not agree with me or I may not agree with you doesn't mean you're wrong and I'm right. Everybody's entitled to have their opinions. Everybody's fired up right now because the Yankees aren't playing well. How can we not? That's what real Yankee fans do. So, you know, yeah. I mean, he needs more. He needs a full team, Ron. It's hard to judge a manager, coach when you have 75% or 60% of your full team. It's really hard to do. I think Francona does manage the Guardians, and I don't think he's leaving. Faster and better defensively, but he can't get on base, Dave. He can't get on base. And he has gotten like they've called him up like 5 or 6 times, maybe even more than that, for several, for stretches. And he just can't get on base. He can't hit, Dave. So it's unfortunate, but it's true. It is true. Now, you can disagree with that. He never put the team on his back before, so he helped him. But he can. It would be nice if he did, but we'll see. The ability, yeah, sure. But him alone, I don't think he's going to do it. He'll make the lineup better, yes, but solving all the problems like so many people, because I get these responses from so many people. It's fire Boone, fire Cashman, bring up Judge. Okay, but I think we need more than Judge. Just like we need, it's just unfortunate, but it's true. I hope Judge comes on here and performs and stays healthy, Colin Athar. No doubt about it. But again, expecting one player to be like a savior is dangerous, in my opinion. It's just dangerous. But I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. So I totally mean you're absolutely, you know, I respect that you disagree with me. That's totally cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Brett. I mean, we need freaking Rodon to be healthy and come back over here. I just need a fireball a game or Rodon. So I hope at some point we get that. But I'm not surprised. The San Francisco Giants. I was talking about that with Jim Riley last night on Ballcap Sports. Um, Not surprised the San Francisco gave him the 1 year and an opt out and whatnot instead of a long term deal. They probably knew, and they had experience with him. Again, now the Yankees are potentially stuck in this rut. We'll see if they can get out of it. So, yeah, exactly. You get Beltran as a manager, you need the trash can too. So, and it is early, Mike. Yes, but I understand people are frustrated as hell. I just don't think it's healthy for certain other content creators and channels to be feeding people this constant bullshit every day. I just don't get it. No, I didn't miss last season. What did he do in the postseason, Quillanath? I want to count it. Huh? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's when you carry the team. He had a magical season, no doubt about it. Go check and see how many of those were multiple home runs and not solo home runs. How many were? He had a couple walk offs, yes. So did Donaldson. So did Gleyber Torres. So did Jose Trevino. They all had, I think, almost the equal amount of walk offs. So, you know, he did good last season, no doubt about it, Colin Atha. But again, so those things have to be factored in too. Castro's got more than one, Emilio. He's got more than one. It's all good. It's all good. I'm not jumping off. I'm not jumping off the ledge anytime soon. So let me just open up the door for the animal here. Hang on 1 second. Here, Reggie. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. All right. Cat's scratching at the door to get out. It happens, Dominic, right? It's all good. It's all good. Mm-hmm. 65 Major League. And why is he not getting more, Ron? My question. Great AAA, no doubt about it. Dude, I don't need to look anything up. He's on a long-term contract with the Yankees. Okay, and until Hal decides to eat it, nothing is going to happen, no matter what anybody's opinions say. Nobody's opinion is going to change that. And again, Florial has not done enough to justify just getting rid of Hicks and staying up here. They can get rid of Hicks, and then Florial can be called down, sent back down the next day because he hasn't done anything. That's the thing. There's no clear-cut solution to this, Dave. That's one of the problems. Okay. And I wish Florial had more success. I really do. But unfortunately, he hasn't. He hasn't. Well, I mean, we talked about this last couple of days too, Mark. Like, it would be nice if Boone lit a fire under some of the players' asses. And the fact is, like if you don't play, you're sitting, and I'm playing someone else. Like that type of stuff. If Glaber loafs off, you sit his ass. Period. Right? And it's just I would agree with that, Mark. I would agree with that. Partly, there's no postseason without what a lot of players did last year, Colin. You're just giving it all to Judge. You're just saying that pitching saved them for the first half of the season. There's no postseason without the bullpen either. Bullpen saved their asses for half the season, Colin Athar. I understand what you're saying, but he's not the only reason they're in the postseason, Judge. Well, yeah, exactly. Bader showed up. Bader carried the offense in the playoffs. I'm not blaming Judge because no one else showed up. Nobody else did. Okay, and it's partly due to roster construction. When there's not enough starting rotation, the bullpen shoulders a lot of the load. And when they get tired and the rotation can't stand, rotation can't hang that load. You're putting pressure on the offense, and then where's down the offense? It's just like a freaking. It's a never ending circle, unfortunately. So, well, I know a lot of people don't like to give him credit for anything, and I get that. But like, and people keep saying it's saving, and Gene Michael this, and I get a lot of folks say this and whatever. Like the 98, 99, and 2000 world champions would not have happened without the moves that Cashman made. Go back and look at some of the moves that he made. And the moves that he made, those guys were the most clutch players in those championships. Will the core four won those championships without those moves? Highly doubtful. Highly doubtful. Well, you're not wrong there, Dave. I'm with you 100%. More kind. You can't rely on rookies. Yes, it's unfair. It's unfair to rely on the rookies, man. Dominic, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Very sorry. My condolences, dude. Really. Sympathies to you and your family. That's terrible, man. Really. Oh, yes, there was definitely Boone's win. And this is unfortunate, Brett, but it's true, right? And it's just and giving him a change of scenery would be a good idea, but nobody and they put him on waivers and no team claimed him. Nobody wanted him. That sucks. So, you know, Hicks didn't do anything in the postseason yet. None of the offense did. Just Bader. Torres did nothing. DJ was hurt. No one, none of them. Rizzo, nothing. They shat the bed in the postseason, and they still made the ALCS, which was crazy. They beat the freaking Guardians in the postseason, ALCS and ALDS. So definitely more of Bader, no doubt. Peralta, yep. I still think another lefty in the bullpen would be a good idea. I hope that they consider that. Brocious and Justice were the only solid Cashman moves. Not named Clements. Oof. El Duque, Sunil, Cashman. Chili Davis, Cashman. Chuck Knobloch, Cashman. A lot of these guys, Cashman. It's more than that, Sunil. Hate to break it to you, man. I hate to disagree with you on this one. Musina, Cashman. Yeah, Knobloch got the yips, no doubt about it, but he got some of the biggest clutch hits for them. But you're right, he had the yips, throwing yips, which sucked. Yeah, way too much deadwood, Fritz, yeah. Talking train. Well, both of them were important, Sunil, but I get what you're saying. Got a lot of valuable moves that Cashman made. So, Hideki Matsui, Cashman. So, yeah. I mean, I think we need some of the right players. And I wouldn't hesitate offering Bader an extension after the season. I think he's only 28. I think it'd be a right time to do it. Um, so he's a guy. I like the energy that he brings, and I don't think we have an offensive leader in this team, a vocal offensive leader. Cole's the pitching one. We don't have an offensive leader, and the energy that Bader brings is it's awesome for this team. It's awesome for this team. What are they going to be the future third baseman? I don't know, Dave. It's a good question. We'll see if they give Chaparro a chance. I don't know. Yeah, signings all Cashman. Hmm. Fundamentals are lacking. And that's coaching. It's training. Yeah, getting coaches. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Bader's a guy worth extending. I think. I hope that they consider doing it and not waiting until he's a free agent at the end of the season. And we just trade for Tyler O'Neill. What do you know about Tyler O'Neill? What's I've heard about him. And I wouldn't go O'Neill over Bader. I would just extend Bader. But what's a bad signing from Cashman and Hal? Amelia, what's a bad signing? I didn't say leader. I said a vocal leader. He's not a vocal leader, Judge. That's obvious, Mark. Obvious. All right, Sixers, close these asses out, man. Rizzo, decent leader too. Great teammate. I'm talking about a vocal leader, somebody to get in their faces. Nobody does that on the offensive side. And I don't see a lot of energy. I mean, I like the energy Rizzo brings on occasion. It's what's not true. Rizzo didn't do much either, but he definitely didn't shut down in the playoffs like Judge did. Judge did nothing. Neither did Stanton either. So, but and again, he's got other intangibles too, Rizzo. He's got other intangibles. Yeah, I wouldn't go O'Neill over Beater either. So I'm with you there too, Brett. With Schmidt, Brito, Jones? Who Jones? Who are you talking about, Jones? Dominic. Schmidt and Brito? Yeah, I don't blame you. Don't blame you. Bader's definitely the motivator on offense. Jake Bowers? Yeah, maybe. He might be. I mean, he's got to prove himself. So. ask them if it was such a bad trade. Ask the Twins why they didn't keep. Why did they trade Urshela to the Angels? Why did they do that? I mean, is that what I'm saying? Like, not that I agree with the Josh Johnson move, but why did the Twins get rid of Donald Geo too? I'm curious. I understand, Mark. You know what I'm saying, though, right? You know what I'm talking about. In terms of energy in this team it lacks energy way too much, dude. So Bader's got great energy. I want to see the energy from Judge. I want to see more. I mean, I like uh, Rizzo's energy, but we need more. We need more. Donaldson could be a vocal leader if he's not putting his foot in his mouth. Yeah, but you know, and that's the thing because he does have great energy too. Donaldson, but he's got to just be like sane. That's the thing. But I mean, it's just I don't know. I can't say the same about Jimmy being a bad team, but why did the Twins get rid of him? Pleasure, Jonathan. Man, I'm gonna wrap it up in a second too. Yeah, Vita Blue passed away today, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Vita Blue. I don't know about that. I mean, DJ might. Let me use not done. He's one of the better hitters on this team right now. So, uh, why do you think he's lost it? Are you seeing this for yourself, or is somebody else feeding you that? And you talk about 19. Is that the year he won the went bat at 360 something with the Yankees? No, no. Pleasure. Always a pleasure, NF, having you on, man. Michelle, how are you? Don't be sorry. We're gonna wrap it up in a second anyway, but appreciate you, Dev. Thank you. He's got to get better defensively. There's no doubt about that, Quillen. That has potential. Yeah, it does. We got to get more. We got to get more consistent play out of him too. So we definitely do. No doubt about that. Yeah. Someone to flip over the buffet table would be kind of nice. Yeah. 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 Vita passed today. Great pitcher. Yankees did fight hard. I mean, they made it a series. They lost 2 games to 1, but again, I'm not ruling them out just yet, gang. I'm not ruling them out just yet. Some other people have. I get it. I'm not. You know, I remember when the Yankees tried trading for Vita Blue too. Yeah, yeah, yep. Change him for who, Michael? Change him for who? Davey's been one of the better hitters for the team this season. Yeah. Same to you, my consigliere Joe. You in Texas, Buckeye. You guys are running the place, man. Appreciate yous. I do. Appreciate all yous. I mean, this is. I'm telling you, this community is awesome. It's awesome. We're up to 6-0. Garrett Cole fell apart today for Michelle for the first time this season. Oh, I'd love to see Boone toss a base. I would love to see him go crazy. Oh my God, the Celtics tied again. Oh my God, that team is good. Exactly, Dominic. Never give up, never surrender. Exactly. Michael, who would you change the manager? Who would be the manager? Tied at 96 in Philly. Boston's good, man. They're very, very good. My goodness gracious. That's playoff basketball, right? It's one reason why it's stressful, it's frustrating, and it's awesome at the same time. Just like playoff baseball. Lakers won by 30. Yeah, they did. They crushed the freaking Warriors, man. Yeah, it was a bad inning, Steven. It was a bad inning. You're right about that. Yeah, I still think DJ's better than Glaber. So Glaber's got talent, but I don't know if they're utilizing his talent the way that should be used. William Zapka. I met him. He's a really cool guy. Really cool guy, Sunil. I met him and I met Daniel, Ralph Macchio, and I met the other guy, Martin Cove, John Kreese. Why do you say Jorge Posada, Michael? Why Posada? Great leader. I think he's still employed by the Marlins too, though. Why do we think Jeter isn't involved in the Yankees anymore? What do you mean, Brian? He's not employed by them, but involved. I mean, he's got some kind of influence, I think. Devil Rays with Carl Crawford. I remember him. Then he signed that monster contract with the Red Sox, and that's it. Never was the same player. Posada. I don't know. It's a good question, Sean. I mean, he's still employed by the Marlins, by the way. So he knows how to win. As a player, he knows how to win, right? Swisher. I wonder what Swisher. I wonder about Swisher. He's got an interesting personality, that's for sure. A lot of energy. I love the energy. Can he manage? I have no idea. You know, would he do that as a manager? Mark is the question. Player, he did that, but as a manager, would he be allowed to? Right here with Hal, like we don't know. You know, that's the $1 million question, right? It's kind of crazy, but it's true. Bench coach, manager, something. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think you're out of line, Brian. I don't think you're out of line. How would he be a great GM? Is my question. Mariano can be a pitcher coach. Yeah, I think he said he has no interest in coaching. I think I could be wrong there, but Swish should be. Could you imagine that, Brett? If you're not being a leader, you're not doing nothing to win. It's a valid point, Emilio. He was a Yankee. He was definitely a winner, Mark. Oh, I mean, Jeter, yeah, he's definitely a winner. Definitely lifetime Yankee man. As was Posada, which is awesome. Yeah, Tino, the guy that would strike the fear into players. People would want to play for the guy. He had that same problem in Tampa. One reason they got rid of him. Eye for talent and very demanding. Interesting. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, he's been an instructor, like not a coach, Deb. He's been like an instructor for spring training and things like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I would love Switcher here. I mean, even as a bench coach, I think he'd be great. George Brett, loved his fire. Loved his freaking fire. Loved it. Interesting points, folks. Every time you do these live streams, you bring good points. They change, they're good, they evolve, they get good points. This is why I like doing this live streams, because you folks bring more value than certain content creators do. And I appreciate that. So thank you, all of you, for that. Brett would want to pass you. Go ahead, go ahead, take a swing. Fighting with the M's. What are you talking about? I didn't court shit, man. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Steel chair. Like WWE in the Bronx. Oh god. Zimmer would be I love Zimmer. Jeter for GM would be interesting one too. He's scheduled back on Tuesday. Yep. Yes, he is, Brett. We'll see. If they activate him. Very interesting times coming up ahead. It's your boy. Very interesting times. Yes, you do all know the game. And it's and that's a great thing, Mark. I appreciate all that. You guys and gals, you all bring value with your feedback. It's not always the same, but it's bring value. I find that a hell of a lot more valuable than the other, baloney that's fed to people on a regular basis. And I'm sure people feel the same way about me, but I don't care. Uh, yeah, I love it all too. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this is why I think this community is the best. To think that the Yankees would close shop if Brian McCann close shop, no, no, they would get somebody, and Brian Cash would be hired in like a day or two. So Dustin, man, I don't have to die. I mean, Julio Urias is going to be a free agent this offseason, so he'd be an interesting one to pursue. Yeah, his wife is an actress, Swisher. Yep. July for Rodon. That's what we're hearing. Celtics by 2. Come on, man. Ah. At least the Knicks are in. I hope the Knicks come back against the freaking Miami Heat tomorrow. So we'll see. But thanks so much for coming on, everybody. Hit that like button on the way out if you don't mind. Let's smash that. Let's try to get to 100 likes. Appreciate all yous as always. This community is awesome. It's just crosses over in a lot of different, there's a lot of different communities out there. And Hector comes on here. Hector comes on. He was on here the other day. He's welcome to the channel anytime he wants. So, but yeah, it's there are a couple invaluable communities out there. But have a great day, everybody. Go enjoy your Sunday, and appreciate all you hit the like on the way out. Hope to see you all tomorrow. Talk to you next time.